So we are slowly starting, but actually I would like to find this on my my telephone because I would like to share it. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, I would like to share it in a group. Okay, I think it should be okay now. So, hello guys. So we have Monday. We have a great day today. I don't know how you feel. It's a great time for me. I feel really gorgeous energy last week, and it's still with me. So I hope that you because of this nice weather and all what is happening around, that you feel also good. If you maybe don't know me, so let me introduce myself. I'm Magdalena Barych. I'm transformational women coach, and I help women remove the masks of other people's expectations and live a life that is truly authentic. And today, as I told you before, I'm gonna talk about the red shoes. And actually, well, I was inspired by some book. I think this is the Bible, and I'm sure that some of you must know this book because the book is actually not new, and the title of this book is The Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. Probably the book is like 20 years old, but I think it doesn't matter. What it does matter, that is a great, unbelievably awesome book, and I highly recommend it for each woman who is actually on her journey, who is looking for her purpose, who is, of course, facing some obstacle and challenges, and I think we all are. So the book is actually not easy to read because you see it's kind of brick, yeah, and the book is full of details that Clarissa Pinkola Estes collected, and everybody has a different idea how to read this book. Some people, start just from the beginning and they read all the book from the beginning to the end. The other are just, choosing randomly. So I think whatever is your method, whatever is your way, for sure, this is not the book that you are reading very fast, and I think that this is something that you need to taste and you need to incorporate and you need to really understand, because you have a tale and then you have all these archetypes and archetypes concerning femininity, concerning masculinity, and all these archetypes and symbols are being explained. But, well, so this was my short introduction, and as I told you, today I'm gonna actually tell you a little bit about one of the tests, one of my favorite, and the title is The Red Shoes. And this is very, very significant a tale because it tells about our authenticity, about our choices, about our freedom, and how actually we can lose also our meaningful life. So I don't know if you are familiar with this story. If you are, so I will just make a short summary. If you are not familiar, I will just tell you briefly how the story goes, just to put you in the mood. Yeah. So the story is actually about small young girl, let's say, and she was poor. She didn't have a mother, and also she didn't have shoes. So one day she collected some pieces of clothing and she prepared the shoes for herself with her own hands. Well, the shoes looked pretty crude and they were not, they were far from being gorgeous. But anyway, the girl liked them very much, and the shoes made her feel rich and beautiful. And one day, she was going through the street, and some gilded carriage just stopped in front of her. And there was an old woman in this carriage. And the door opened, and she said, "You know, girl, actually, I can take you to my home, yes? And I see you are poor. I'm going to take care about you. You will have everything." And of course, the girl decided to jump at this opportunity, decided to use this opportunity, and she entered this this carriage. And of course, the old lady took her home, and she gave the girl the nice garments, she gave her the food, so everything seemed to look very good, yeah. But the girl noticed once that she cannot find her shoes. So she asked the old lady where they are. And the old woman said, "You know, the shoes were actually filthy and ridiculous. So I burned them to ashes." The girl was very sad, yeah, because the shoes, even they were not great, but for her they represented some value, and for her they were source of joy and source of happiness, yeah. So even they were humble, and superficially everything was good because the girl was giving the food, nice garments, but something was really wrong under the surface, yeah, because she was actually made to be good, you know. She was supposed to talk only when she was asked. She was supposed to be silent. She was supposed to be well behaving, yeah. And there was in this house there was a lot of obligations. There was a lot of this should and shouldn't, yeah. And the girl started to feel not so good, yeah, and some secret fire started to burn into in her heart. And one day, the girl was supposed to have some celebration in the church. So the old woman took her to the shoemaker, uh, and the girl saw in the case some beautiful, really beautiful, glittering red shoes. Oh, they were really amazing, yeah. And so, because the old lady didn't see very well, actually, her eyesight was quite poor, so she took these shoes for herself. And she was really, she was on a cloud nine, yes. And what's more, she went in these shoes, wearing these shoes, to the church, to the ceremony. Of course, as you may imagine, the people felt indignant, they felt resentful, yeah. And of course, they told the old lady that the girl was really wearing inappropriate shoes. When the old woman found out about it, she said to the girl, never to, she told her never to wear these shoes again. But for some reason, these shoes somehow mesmerized the girl, yeah. They hypnotized her. She couldn't help thinking about them, yeah. And of course, when the old woman, she fell ill, as far as I remember, and she wasn't so alert. So the girl went to her room where the shoes were hidden, and of course, she put them on her feet. But the moment she put these shoes on her feet, she actually started to dance, and she started to dance and she couldn't stop, yeah. She was overcome by this urge to dance, and she really, really, really couldn't stop. So she was dancing in the streets, she was dancing in town, yes, she was begging other people for mercy because she wanted to stop, but actually she could not. And finally, she landed at the executioner house, and the shoes were like frenzy, and she was doing all these frenzy dance. So she told the executioner, "Please cut my feet together with these shoes because I want to be free." And so he did. And this is the end of the story. This is the end of this tale. And why am I telling you this tale? because there are some very, very important symbols, elements in this story that we are actually coming across in our lives. So, what are the truths in this tale? Well, I think the most important, the most significant is that the woman's meaningful life can be threatened, can be taken away, can be robbed, and it can happen in a cunning and really kind of not fair way. And what happens? What happens if we stop being authentic? I mean, if we stop wearing our designed by ourselves shoes, we start to live passion. We stopped to have a passion for life. We stop to have this vitality, and very often the women who suffer from this famine of the soul, they sometimes go for some very bad substitutes. Yeah, because in this tale we have got some elements. We have these red shoes, as I mentioned, the red shoes which look crude, but they are really very meaningful. Yeah, and they are handmade, and they are the symbol of the self-designed life. Then we have, of course, the courage, yeah, and the courage represents some temptation, yes, because this is like a shortcut. Sometimes we come across challenges in our life, and we don't know what to do. And this courage seems like an opportunity. It appears, and we are thinking, maybe the life is not going to be so so difficult. Maybe I can opt for some better option, because it seems to be better option. Yeah, the better option that maybe will require less struggle. Maybe it will. I will need less energy, less time, and it seems really, really tempting. But what actually we are gaining in fact nothing, because at the end of the day, we feel really captured, like animals in the trap. Yeah, so we are actually entering this gilded cage, so to say, gilded cage. And I think this gilded cage is something that really, really in our life, many times we come across such a thing like a gilded courage. And what can it be? Well, it can be, for example, a job that you either hate, or at least you don't like, or the job that is really making you tired, but you have good salary, you have good position, you are somehow conditioned and forced to stay there for a longer time. Or this gilded courage can be a relationship with your partner, because you are also opting for a easier option. And now, after some time, maybe you realize that, there is no energy alignment between you two, and there is no more love. But still, for some reasons, for some, I don't know, reasons connected with economy, finance, whatever, maybe you are just afraid of being alone. So you keep staying in this relationship, you keep staying in this job. So we keep staying in situations that actually are not anymore healthy for us, that are not feeding our souls. Yeah, and this is the situation in the tale that the small girl was in the house of the old woman. Yeah, because, well, apparently she had everything. And apparently she had a much better life than she had before. Yes, because of course she had better food, she had clothes, yeah. But her soul and her wild nature started to be tamed. And I think each of us has some wild woman inside us. And this wild aspect of, uh, of our personality doesn't like to be tamed. And very often it will not allow us to be tamed or to be limited or to be restricted, yes? And the longer we keep ourselves in such a negative situation, the the worse it is for us, actually, because we start to really suffer. Yeah? And the suffering can come in many forms. Yeah, you can start drinking, you can start indulging in some really unhealthy habits, because you have this famine of your soul, which is in the book, I think, called Hambre del Alma, if I'm telling this correctly. Yeah, because the book was originally written in Spanish. Yeah. So once again, yeah, in our lives, quite often we can come across these carriages, and this seemed a better option. This seems to be something that will make our life easier. But remember, this is a trap. We can be seduced, we can be captured, um, and I think I would like to invite you to make some exercise. And you can take actually a piece of paper, you can take a pen, and on the left write handmade red shoes. And this will be, of course, we will refer here to the situations where you feel that you are authentic, where you feel that you realize your potential, that you are in alignment with your mission, vision, whatever you are here for. And on the right, please write at the top the red superficial shoes, or the red shiny shoes. And these are these shiny objects that we come across in our life, that we are mesmerized and hypnotized by. But actually, it's not all gold that glitters. And very often, this golden cage is not, in fact, a golden cage. And at the end of the day, we realize that it's just trap. So when you put on the right, when you put this glittering shiny shoes, which is the symbol of the life that is being imposed on you, which is the symbol of all these situations in which you are not integral, of all these situations which you don't feel good about, yeah, but still, for some reasons, you are stuck there. Yeah, maybe it could be situations from your past that you have already liberated yourself from. Maybe it could be situation that you are still stuck in, and they create kind of blockages, and you don't know what to do. I think it might be interesting. It might be interesting to look in this both columns, to look for some kind of maybe common denominator. What you can find in this common denominator, yeah. As far as these authentic situations are concerned, your self-designed life, yeah. So where and when and in which aspect you really feel that it's really true me. And on the right, please, of course, if you are interested in this exercise. Yeah, so I invite you to write down, to jot down all these situations which don't serve you, and either they didn't serve you in the past, or still for some reasons you are also stuck in this situation. See, and the question I would ask myself would be like, what is this trigger? Or what is this common denominator? Yeah, what actually causes me that I choose sometimes to be myself, and sometimes in some other circumstances I choose not to be myself. I choose to wear some masks. I choose to pretend. And what is the ultimate outcome? What does it? How do I feel at the end of the day? Yeah, because I know we can of course pretend. Yes, no problem. Inverted commas. We can wear any masks that we want to wear. But in the evening, when you look at yourself in the mirror, so what this reflection tells to you, especially when you think about this right column and these all events or all situations in which you for some reason are not authentic. So this is what I have prepared for you today. Of course, I wish you a gorgeous upcoming week. It will be great if you shared in the comments what was the value of this live for you, if you liked some aspect also, because I'm here for you. So if you have some ideas, or if you have some requests, if you want me to tackle some issues, some topics, just write in the comments, or reach me in DM, and for sure, if I can, if I will be able, of course I will deal with these topics, and I will try to find the answers for your questions. So once again, thank you very much. Have an awesome day, and yeah, and I'm waiting for your comments. Yeah, bye bye.